Hello world, this is Random Fix, and in my hand right here I have the JF EWGO, and this is a 3000 amp jump starter with a 150 psi air compressor. And I've actually never had a unit this strong, so I'm really interested in testing this out. So in this video today I'm going to show you what this unit comes with. I'm going to show you guys how to hook it up. We're going to go ahead and try out the capability of this by putting it to an actual load tester. Then we're going to try out the air compressor, and last we're going to go ahead and give this a random fix score, so that way you can make yourself a better decision. So stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As I stated, we're going to be doing a review of this, and I'm actually heading out to Chicago today, and I'm going to be driving my Sprinter here from California. So I want to make sure I have the best jump starter and air compressor in my hand, because with COVID you cannot get anybody to help you on the side of the road. I've had my brother get stuck on the side of the road for 24 hours. He called AAA and they said they will be there tomorrow. So you want to make sure you got yourself some good tools, and that's what this review is all about. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up if it's helpful. And stay tuned till the very end, because I'm going to share some tips along the way with you guys about jump starting vehicles and just some things to watch out for. And we're going to go ahead and put this to the test. So we got a little glimpse of the unboxing there. And now let me actually cover with you guys in depth what it comes with. So this is the unit itself right here. To power it on, you hit the little button right here, and basically the digital display reads out to you the actual percentage on the state of charge. It only goes 25, 50, and 100, so there's no in between. And then you got a input port right here, so basically you can go ahead and charge it, and there's two ways of actually charging this. So the very first way of charging this is through your wall, your regular 110 volt wall plug. Second way of charging this is going to be using your cigarette lighter adapter, and there's no way of actually charging this through the USB. I wish there was. And talking about USBs, it actually has two USB ports right here. So it has a 5 volt 1 amp and a 5 volt 2.1 amp right there. And then on the side right here we have a light, so you can go ahead and hit the button, the light turns on, and it's a little bit more of a direct light versus a nice dispense light. And then if you hit it again, you got a strobe feature, and then you got a SOS feature there. So that's how the unit works. And on the side right here, this is where you plug in the actual jumper leads, and the jumper leads that it comes with are these guys right here, and the positive cable is longer than the negative cable, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about that at the end. And then we got the negative cable here itself. Nice clamps. I wish the inside of some of the clamps actually had a tooth, because a lot of the newer cars have these jump ports, and those teeth actually hold on to it when they're rounded up better. So I wish that was there. And this looks like about 8 gauge cable right here, so that fits into this little groove right here, and they're keyed, so you cannot do this the wrong way. You just plug it in, and just like that, then you would jump start the vehicle, which I'm going to show you guys how to do. And then we're going to go and try the load tester too as well. So there's the actual unit itself, and let's talk about the air compressor. So on the back of this, there's a hose right here, and this hose pulls out like that. And now you can go ahead and use the air hose that it comes with, and it's got a nice fitting here, guys. It's really easy to do. You don't need any tools. I've been trying this out for a couple of days now, and it just snaps together like that. And then lastly, it came with these accessories right here, which I didn't even realize had some goodies in here. So it comes with a wire brush. So before you go ahead and connect the unit itself, you can go ahead and take the wire brush and clean off the terminal. This makes it a lot easier and you'll get a better connection. And then in this bag right here, I'm excited to see what we had in here, because I was thinking the same exact thing on how cool would it be if they would have made little pieces to go ahead and snap back here, which they thought of. So that is pretty cool. Anyway, these are great. Now here comes one of my favorite parts of the actual jump pack, which is going to be how you carry it and keep everything together. So this comes with this really nice bag, guys. Now I've seen more expensive units that come with some really crappy bags. This one comes with a great bag. So basically you have a multi-pocket bag here. One pocket, two pockets, three pockets, four pockets, five pockets, so you can keep everything nice and organized. And this makes it super easy and convenient to carry around. It's got a nice strap, so you can keep everything nice and together. And one of the things with this unit is, guys, you want to make sure you keep this unit energized when you're storing this. So you want to charge it up, and if you're going to throw it in the back of your vehicle, that's fine. However, just make sure you pay attention to not storing a discharge unit, so it won't do any good. And it tells you right down on the bottom here, do not jump start a vehicle if the charge is going to be less than 25%. So that is said right here. Since the main purpose of this is actually a jump starter, I'm going to show you guys how to connect this to the vehicle, but then we're going to go ahead and put it to the load tester. The load tester can put a much longer load on the actual jump starter, and we can see how it's actually doing. So to go ahead and connect this, the very first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and connect the positive to your jump port or the top of your battery, and then you want to go ahead and connect the negative to a ground. And if that's not available, go to the top of the battery post itself. This is my auxiliary battery, which is not my main battery, so I need to actually go to the ground, which I did right there. And then I would recommend connecting this into the actual unit and turning it on. And now you can go ahead and wait for about 10 seconds and go ahead and crank the car. And then now let's go ahead and try this against the load tester. And the load tester can actually put a continuous load onto the jump pack here. And one of the byproducts of energy is going to be heat. So if this unit does a good job, we should see this load tester right here heat up. And basically it's like a big old heater, and it uses a lot of power and really puts all jump packs like this to the test. Some of the cheaper units I've tested will go ahead and basically reset every 3-4 seconds. Some of the best units I've tested have gone over 41 seconds. So we'll see if this can actually compare to those, as I've never actually tested a 3000 amp jump pack before, and we'll see what happens. And now when you're disconnecting, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and disconnect the negative first. So disconnect the negative, and once the negative is disconnected, you can go ahead and disconnect the positive. The reason you want to do it this way, guys, is in case you guys do this in the opposite direction, which is where you actually disconnect the positive first and you accidentally drop this, this may have enough power here to go ahead and blow all kinds of fuses, grounding straps, fusible links. Never take that chance, guys. It's not worth it. So this is my load tester, and when I first got this jump starter right here, I actually tried this out, and this used to be a toggle button. Now the toggle button is basically melted because this guy packed more punch than I thought it did. So I'm going to show you guys this in action now against the load tester here, and the port to actually put the cable in, the connectors here. So go ahead and grab your cables and connect this in, and these are keyed so it only goes in one way. And before we get this started, one thing I want to mention is I used the Lockheed Thor JA301, and That was pretty impressive, guys. And the time to beat without resetting is going to be 41 seconds. So if this can go 41 seconds or longer, it definitely is going to be the clear winner as far as the capacity. That was a really great jump pack. So I don't know if this actually can handle it. It does say it's got 3,000 amps. Hey everybody, welcome to Montana. So when I was recording this video for you guys on the load tester, I forgot to hit record, but I'll tell you guys how it went. So basically, the jump pack went ahead and smoked my machine, and it ran for over 43 seconds. So it is the new champion, and I will actually post a little shorter video of it in the description box when I do get back to California, showing the load tester in action again when I buy a new one. So anyway, I wanted to apologize for that because I did not hit record on the camera that evening when I was showing the load tester. I just wanted to say hello again, and if you guys ever get a chance, make sure you guys make it over to Glacier National Park in Montana, guys. It's amazing, and I wish you guys all the best. Alright guys, so here's another test. We're going to go ahead and put the compressor to the test against another really high-end brand that I tested lately. This is the Lockheed JA301, and I use this against a 12-volt air compressor in this one. So we are going to go ahead and pump up these tires here from 30 psi to 52 psi. So I'm actually leaving on a trip today to Chicago from California. So I want to make sure I take the very best compressor with me that I can. And we already know how this does as far as the jump pack right here. This thing smoked my machine and has so much power. So amazing, and I'm actually excited to try and do this. So first thing I noticed was this is a little hard to actually go ahead and squeeze in there. So something to pay attention to. You want to make sure that when you're doing this, you don't actually end up damaging the valve stem. So be a little careful. And to go ahead and set this, go ahead and hit up and down. And mine is at 52 psi. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. And then we're going to go and start the other one and see which one actually finishes a little faster. All right, here we go. And one thing to note with this is you want to make sure that you don't actually run this for more than 10 minutes. So I'm hoping this gets this to that 52 psi before the 10 minutes is up. If not, we'll just stop it and see where it's at, because you can actually damage this, which I'm not really too excited about, but we'll see what happens. All right, so that stopped at 52, and this is at 47, so 48. In all fairness, the other pump just started ahead, and this was actually 1 to 2 psi higher, so the JF EWGO wins, and I still cannot get over this name, but this is the clear winner when it comes down to the actual air compressor here. Whoa, and that line is so hot, guys. Woo! Watch out for that. I don't expect that, but the battery is at 75%, and the battery on this is missing one bar too. And one thing I wanted to point out to you guys is when I actually pumped up this tire on my last test from 10 psi using this was almost down to 1 bar. So if you have a vehicle like I do with 4 tires, just want to make sure you guys understand that sometimes there's limitations when there is going to be no actual direct power. So keep that in mind. And if you're going to go off-roading and air down, some of these pumps, even like this one right here, will not help you out, as you're going to need to go and recharge it in between. It's going to be a very long and tedious process to get your tires back up to 52 psi. And my rear tires here are at 70 psi, so that's going to take even longer. And let's test the stuff on here. This is not too hot. Yeah, this is not touchable, so we need to let this cool off. So here's my favorite part of the video, which is actually giving this a random fix tool score here, so you guys can make yourself a better decision. So the very first criteria that I have for a jump pack like this is, does it have good power output? And for this, guys, this is the biggest factor on this actual ranking here, and for that it gets 50 out of 50, because this jump pack right here actually toasted my machine, my load tester, and I cannot say enough things about the power capacity of this. And does it have a boost mode? And for this, it actually gets a 5 out of 10. And the reason is, guys, this is always in boost mode, so there's no way of disengaging it. One other thing too is the actual cables that it comes with are basically engineered so you don't accidentally spark something because of the length. And this is great. However, if you go and, let's say, connect this first onto your vehicle, and then you do the positive and you miss it and you happen to touch something else, guys, this has enough power to go ahead and destroy a lot of electronics. So I wish this had some sort of built-in boost mode or protection mode, because I don't think it does. Is it easy to use? For this got a 7 out of 10. And criteria number 4, how is the feel in the construction? So as far as the feel in construction, I gave this a 7 out of 10. And the reason it did get a higher score is there's some other jump packs out there that have handles. They're a little bit easier to carry. You can basically use them on a daily basis. However, this is more of a true jump pack with the air compressor built into it versus an everyday tool. Other features, and for this I gave it a 5 out of 10. It does have the flashlight. It does have the AC compressor right here. And you are able to go ahead and charge up your phone or tablet or something else off here. But no USB-C, and basically no wireless charging. I've seen jump packs out there that have wireless chargers built into them. So a 5 out of 10 is still a good score. Is the price right? For that, I gave it a 7 out of 10. So currently this is under 150 bucks, and there's a stronger model available. This one does have a 24,000 amp hour battery capacity, and it states that it can charge your phone 9 times. I have not actually tested this, and depending on your phone you may get that if it's got a really small battery. However, most batteries on phones are about 4,000 amp hours, so that would be about 6 charges. And some things that I wanted to point out about the review before I go ahead and total up the score for you guys here is that I really like the bag that this comes with. And I know that's something small, but it really does keep the unit nice and protected. And they even call it a protection bag, so great bag. And also it comes with the gifts, which include the ball inflator, some adapters for race bikes, so you could go ahead and inflate those tires up as well. And some things that I just want to go ahead and point out: no reverse polarity protection unless I could not find it, no handle. And the last thing is, on this display, I really don't trust the display, because you'll use it and it'll go down to 50% and then it'll go back up to 75. And so a more calculated percentage right here would have been a lot more helpful. And the 0, 25, 50, and 100% is not really going to give you the trust factor when you're going to be using this on the road. And now I would love to hear from you guys. So if you guys thought the video was helpful, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If there's something I did not cover in the video, please let me know, as I would love to go ahead and change that up in the future. All right, guys, so we got a possible score of 81 out of 100, and overall a really good jump pack. If you guys are looking for something that packs a definite punch, this is a jump pack to go with. And I'll leave any links or coupon codes in the description box below, and we'll see you guys on the next video. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up, and thanks again.